So it's been a while since HTC has given us a smartphone camera that we actually love. The HTC 10 promises something completely different from the company. It's got the first phone with dual OIS cameras, which means in the front and the back. Hi, this is Thunder E from Booredatwork. Welcome to our camera review for the HTC 10, where we jump in to find out if we really love this camera, if it's worth what HTC says, and if it's something you should definitely pick up if you're thinking about a new smartphone. So let's jump in. So the HTC 10 is here. Now it's got two cameras, of course. There's a front-facing camera, there's a rear camera. Now the front-facing camera is where I'm going to start off here because it's really interesting. HTC decided to add OIS to the front-facing camera, which means that this camera here should actually take better photos for you. Now, what I mean by that, it's got optical image stabilization, so that means your low-light photos should come out better, and also your video recording on this thing should actually be really, really good. Now, in terms of just performance with the front-facing camera, it captures light pretty well, so you can see the images there in daytime. It does a really good job at that. You can see my expressions, you can see me in different locations. Also in low light conditions, yes, those are low light photos. It actually does a good job in capturing some really good light with the camera. So I think a lot of people will like that. And of course, this is an image here with me and John V. This is at the HTC event, but you can see again how good it does with different, there with sunlight in our face and there's some shadows. It still does a good job in capturing those images. Now, how about video? This is where the camera really does something interesting. It really excels here. The HTC 10 camera, like I said, can record video in front-facing 1080p, but it's got built-in OIS, so which means that once you start shooting, you should get some really steady video quality, and also records a high-res audio. So just take a listen and watch and see how good this front-facing camera really is.
What's interesting is the front-facing camera has OIS, and it's about 7:30 p.m. at night. I'm walking. You can see me talk and walk down the neighborhood, and does pretty well capturing light, I must say. Done a pretty good job with that. And of course, hearing the sound of the mic picking up. There's no one behind me. If you're moving in front, well, you get the whole idea.
So the camera does a fantastic job. I mean, it's something that I think I will be using much more to record different types of videos, just because I could walk around like this and record with the front-facing camera. I was really amazed with the kind of quality I was getting from that. But let's shift over to the rear camera. Now, this is a 12 megapixel Ultrapixel camera. So it's 12 MP Ultrapixel camera, which means, of course, it still uses the Ultrapixel technology, which means double the pixel size, taking in more light at 12 megapixels. What you have here, and it's also got built-in OIS, the f-stop is 1.8, just like the front, also 1.8. But what that means is that you're getting some really good image quality. Now, it's got laser focus too, and it's got a dual two-tone LED flash. So overall, your image quality should be really good from this. And looking at the images that you see here, it does a really good job in low light. You can take so many different types of pictures. It really captures light very well in a very natural setting. They don't do a lot of overexposure or oversaturation, I apologize, with the images in post-processing. So it does a good job in giving you more of a natural look to your images. Now, the camera also has a Pro mode, which allows you to customize. So you see this image here, which is this is a regular image on auto, and then this is an image here in Pro. You can customize it in any way you want, using, of course, changing things like your white balance, changing things like your manual focus, your exposure. All those things can be done manually in photos. You cannot do that in video yet, so hopefully that will change with the software update. But it still handled that very well. Now, when it comes to video, I will say that the one thing that it's a little touchy for me is the OIS on the rear camera. It's a little shaky, not crazy, it's a little shaky, but something to note. So I'll just keep quiet so you guys can watch that and see how that actually handles recording video, which it also does at 4K, by the way.
All right, so it is a nice day recording on the roof with the HTC 10. You can see how sunny it is. Now, this camera records in 4K. This is 1080p, of course. Built-in OIS. So I'm going to walk all the way that way, towards the city. You can see that little transition from, of course, shade to sunlight. Nothing too crazy, of course. But this is to give you a general idea of what this actually does. Now, while you're recording, you can also snap photos at the same time. You can change your exposure. I can bring this down, way down. I can slide it back up, brighten the whole place, and then you can tap and reset.
So the camera, the rear camera does a good job, photos and videos. So does the front-facing camera, and I think HTC has a very good package here, which is the H10's camera, the rear and the front. I think, you know, as they always say, the best camera is the one with you in hand. And if you have a HTC 10 or you're looking to buy one, you won't be disappointed in capturing images. Now, my gripe has to do with some of the software issues. Not that it's really, I mean, I won't call it issues per se, but just little gripes in the sense that it's not as fast as it should. The camera is fast, but I think the software is just a little bit slow in terms of taking images, in terms of capturing and saving. So I want to see that sped up. That's something can be easily fixed with software. So I don't have a problem with that, at least starting off the gate, but I would like to see that fixed as it moves forward. Overall, I like the cameras of the HTC 10, both the front-facing camera and the rear camera for whichever photo option that you have. So if you're thinking of picking up the HTC 10 and you're thinking, okay, I want to get a camera from this is actually a phone that actually meets the mark for you. I definitely recommend it, and I like the camera quality from the HTC 10. Definitely check out our full review of the HTC 10, or if you want to just quickly check out our hands-on a mini review, that is also up there on the channel. So if you guys have any questions or any comments about this, let me know. Now guys, don't forget we have a survey with this video where you can actually give us your thoughts on the channel, how we can improve it, things you'd like to see. Please fill out that survey. The link is in the description below. Also guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We love you guys subscribing. The more subscribers, the better we get, of course, improving content. So hit the subscribe button there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, or down in the description below. So this is Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.